So does Sam know that the young lady was actually pregnant? Is Rebecca going to be able to get the information off of his laptop? Does Gibbons really love Rebecca enough to take the downfall for the murder of Sam? Who really murdered Sam? How is Sam really murdered? Did Annalise have anything to do with the murder of Sam or the covering up with it? So we really find out how to get away with murder on this review. So I am back again. Again, forgive me for my appearance. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I done watched Scandal. I done watched How to Get Away with Murder. And I was in the bed, honey. But at least I put a hat on my head to make it right for y'all just a little bit. But anyway, I wanted to come and give the season finale review of How to Get Away with Murder. All season long, we've been asking, how do we get away with murder, Miss Annalise Keating? Well, baby, we finally realized how we get away with murder. So, the scene, this season finale opens up. Annalise and Sam are arguing. Because all along, he's been lying to her, having an affair with the young lady that ended up dead. But lo and behold, she also was 6 weeks pregnant. So Annalise and Sam, they're arguing. Going back and forth. And he's just like, you know what? You make me so miserable. And she's like, guess what? I've been screwing somebody else. And guess what? He better than you. And guess what? He make me feel so much better than you. I mean, she was just going in. She went in and let have on her husband. She was like, look, I've been getting it in. I've been busting it open. And guess what? He's better than you. I'm like, what? And then she walking through the house antagonizing him like, yes, he's better than you. He does this to me on the kitchen table, on the desk. I mean, she was going in. Like any other man probably would have straight strangled her. But actually he did. He snapped and he turned around and he choked her. And she was like, yes, I know you like that rough stuff. You just want to choke me? Go ahead, kill me. So then he lets her go. Because he's not going to kill her. But he says to her, you know what? You were nothing but, his words, not mine. You were nothing but a piece of ass. He told her he said you are a disgusting slut who likes rough sex. And the only reason why I got with you is because I knew you would put out. What? What man says that to a woman? I know he was upset, but good grief. You've been married to this lady for 20 years, all because she had some good punani? That must have been some super duper fly booty because 20 years of your life, because it was a good lay? No, that was more than a good lay, baby. So you can say what you want to say. But anyway, Annalise basically says, well, at least now you admit it. And she leaves the house. And lo and behold, she goes to the police station. I think looking for her little boo thing, her little side piece. But I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. So anyway, Annalise has left the house. Michaela comes to the house because she has the trophy and she comes to return the trophy. But while she's there, Sam is there, Michaela is there. Rebecca comes in with the flash drive. And then she just shoots past Sam and runs upstairs to where his computer is so she can download information to this little hard drive. So she's locked into their bedroom. Sam's beating on the door. Michaela's on the phone saying, y'all need to get over here because I don't know what's going on. Rebecca's here. He's beating on the door. He's going to kill her. Blah, 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 blah. Michaela's on the phone telling Gibbons this. And Gibbons is in the car with all the other law students on How to Get Away with Murder. So anyway, Rebecca goes into the bedroom, gets the computer, puts in the hard drive, in the flash drive, and starts downloading information. So while Michaela's on the phone saying, look, y'all need to get here, get here, get here. You know, Sam eventually breaks down the door to get into where Rebecca is. Well, no, actually, he doesn't break down the door. Gibbons finally gets there, and Gibbons persuades her out of the room. So when she comes out of the room, after downloading the information onto the flash drive, Sam kind of jumps on her and tries to take the flash drive from her. So there's a scramble all over the house for this hard drive. And in the midst of it, while Sam was going for one of the students or Rebecca. He was going for somebody, but Michaela pushed him over the rail. Now, I don't think it was on purpose, but she pushed him over the rail and he hits the ground. Like, it's like about 2-story house. So he hits the ground. Boom. So we think he's dead. So everybody's looking around like, oh God, is he dead? You know, and they're all sitting around like, what do? We weren't supposed to be here. We're all going to go to jail. We're all going to be in prison together, holding hands, wearing green jumpsuits. So out of nowhere, you turn around and you see Sam was not dead. And in fact, he is choking Rebecca. And while he's choking Rebecca, Gibbons takes the trophy and blam, hits Sam upside the head. That is how he died. Gibbons hit him in the head with the trophy. That big trophy that they've been fighting over all semester long, that's what Sam got hit in the head with. So it's like, okay, the students are trying to figure a way out of the house with this body in the house. And it's like from there on, it's just downhill as far as a scramble. They're trying to get their alibi together to say that they were at the bonfire. Michaela loses her engagement ring. Nobody knows where it is. I mean, it's just a sad situation. So they start replaying different scenes throughout the semester. So Gibbons goes back to the house to get the bloody trophy because he realizes his fingerprints are on that trophy. And when he's there, he looks down at Sam's dead body and he apologizes to Sam because I don't think he really meant to kill him, but Sam was choking the life out of Rebecca. So he was really protecting Rebecca, and that's why he hit Sam in the head. I don't think he meant to hit him hard enough to kill him, but I think he just picked up probably whatever was closest to him. So, you know, again, Annalise had left the house. We still don't know where she is. And it goes back to the students. The students are now in the woods. They're all freaking out. You got Connor, he's freaking out. You got Michaela, she's freaking out. Gibbons, he's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out and coming up with ideas. And they flip a coin in the middle of the woods as to whether they should leave the body at the house or whether they should go back and get the body and dispose of it. So Gibbons flips a coin and it's supposed to be heads, and in order to go back and get the body. But when it flips and lands, it's actually tails, but he still lies and says it's heads in order to keep them going to go back and get the body so they can dispose of it. So they go back to the house, they get the body, they wrap the body up in a rug, they take the body out into the woods. Then that flips back to Annalise being at her lover's house. Now the guy who has been her side piece throughout the entire semester, she goes over his house and his wife is in the hospital for whatever reason. I think that's going to lead up to his wife probably dying and him probably being able to be with her, the Annalise. I don't know. We'll see next season. So anyway, Annalise is at the house of the lover and she's trying to call Sam, you know, trying to make up and probably trying to, you know, I'm sorry that it happened this way or whatever. So she's talking to her lover and lo and behold, baby, he gets to doing what he do the best, and that's taking her to another level. So she's taking off her clothes, he taking off his clothes, muscles all shining and glistening in the moonlight and all kinds. I know I'm just painting a picture for you, but anyway, it was a pretty good love scene. I was like, okay then, Miss Annalise Keaton and Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Popo. But anyway, so then Annalise calls back, still trying to make up with Sam, still trying to find out where he is. He's not answering his phone, so she's worried, she's upset, she's confused, she's a lot of different things going on. So flashback to the students. The students have the remains. Now all along Gibbons is like, we need to put his remains in an incinerator. But I don't think they have an incinerator readily accessible to them. So basically after they've burned his remains, his body, they take the remains, like the bones or whatever else was left, and they put it in the bag. And they, did they ever burn it? Yeah, I think they did set it on fire. But anyway, so they put the remains in garbage bags, and then they put the garbage bags in a dumpster. So then after all of this takes place, they all return to their separate worlds. Michaela returns home. She's looking at her wedding dress. She finally decides to sign the prenup agreement, goes and finds Aiden's mom, gives her the signed prenup agreement. Connor goes and meets with his boyfriend and is like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it was a terrible night, terrible night. So his boyfriend's like, what the heck happened? So Connor's like, I'll tell you about it when I get out the shower. So when Connor gets out the shower, you know, he tries to play it off and is like, well, I was just high. No, you just murdered somebody. He was just like, oh no, I was high. I mixed some drugs and all this other stuff. So his boyfriend is like, shouldn't we sit down and talk about this? You coming over here and mixing drugs and you're a drug addict. You just confessed to me and all this other stuff. And Connor's like, oh no, never mind. Don't worry about it. Let's see, who else? Gibbons, him and Rebecca, they're in the hotel room. So Rebecca's like, look, how about I just go ahead and take the rap for it, say he was trying to kill me. I'm already getting ready to go to trial. I'm already getting ready to go to jail. I don't want you to go to jail. This is what she's telling Gibbons. So she's like, why don't I just go ahead and take the rap and call it a day? And he's like, no, we can't do that. I can't allow you to do that. Another situation going on is Asher. He's the one student who did not come to, who wasn't at the house. He's the one who had the trophy last, but Michaela stole it from him. So he comes to the house looking for the trophy, looking for the other students, and they're not answering their phones. They're not responding to the front door and whatnot. So he's just basically like, whatever. So he goes and hooks up with Annalise's secretary, the short blonde-haired lady. He goes and hooks up with her. So they at the house doing their thing. And while they're there doing their thing, Annalise calls the secretary and is like, are you with him? She's like, who? With Sam. And the secretary's like, no. Annalise is like, I don't know where he is and all this other stuff. Which, truth be told, she doesn't know where he is, I don't think. So, you know, after that, Annalise, the last little bit of scene from How to Get Away with Murder. Now, this is the kicker. Annalise comes out the bed. Now, she invites all the students to her office / home. They're all like, why are we coming here? They're all paranoid because they know they killed somebody. So Annalise comes out looking rough when the police come and they come ring the doorbell. So Annalise comes out and she says to the students, I called you all here because me and my husband had an argument, and, you know, he, you know, slept with the girl who ended up dead. She was pregnant, and now he has disappeared. He has not been answering his phone. So she's like, I just want you all to be honest about everything. And she's looking intently at Gibbons. And here is the kicker. They flash back to the scene. Now, initially when they showed the scene of Gibbons going back to the house to get the trophy, they just show him going back to get the trophy. They flash back to what really happened. And what really happened was, and this is just gave me chills, when he went back to the house to get the trophy that he had used to hit Sam in the head. And remember, he looked down at Sam's dead body and was like, I'm so sorry. Annalise is sitting at her desk watching him say, I'm sorry. And she says, no need to apologize. So, to sum it all up, first of all, I got chills at that part. Annalise saw him. She knows what happened. She told Gibbons what to do. Get the body in an incinerator. Dispose of all the evidence. She was telling him what to do. That's why he kept taking control of the situation, flipping coins and lying about whether it was heads or tails to go back and get the... She was telling him all what to do. So that's why he was pulling the strings of the other students so they can learn how to get away with murder. So basically she instructed them on how to get rid of Sam's body. So when the police came and she was like, I just want you all to be honest, she was looking at Gibbons intently and she was like, thank you. So basically, he solved her problem for her. She didn't even have to do anything. I mean, this is so, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. If you did not see it, please go on demand and watch How to Get Away with Murder, the season finale, because it was awesome. Sent chills up my spine. Loved it. Loved the cast. The cast works together good. Viola Davis is giving me major lawyer. And I love it, honey. So till next time,